see the tape. Tape. Get it. Oh, he's gonna die. That's interrupting the game. Hi, everybody. A little better. Get it on this hand. Gotta customize that shit. Fucking getting too hot, making everything melt. Holy crap. We knew it was gonna get warm though. How is everybody tonight? Hopefully well. This is I know Timmy's having a hard day. He didn't even go to work today. He said he was going to work. I don't know. Maybe he got rained out on his tile job. I don't know. On the inside of the house, wherever he was. Might have been raining, but I know 2 hours after he said he was going to work, he started posting, and he ain't stopped. So I'm all like, this guy. The only job you got is working for bros. It's okay though. We love you over here, Timmy. High hopes for you. Hope everybody else is doing good. 111 times. He pleaded the fifth 111 times today. Fauci. Even on the collar of his tie. Now, 1,000 pages of his diary have been released. He's talking about sinister plans, and he's taking the fifth. And I'm all like, look, this is fixing to get all kinds of ugly, like I said it would, and the aftermath, the fallout, they're going to expose themselves. This is what it looks like. So they're going to talk to his personal secretary next. They've already got the subpoenas out for her. In the next couple of days, she should be up in there. She's already told him that she had to destroy hundreds of emails, and if they were on the government servers, they're never truly destroyed because they had planned on exposing what they've done. Again, I said they're going to money over $1 million. That's $1 a head for everybody that died, I guess, is what they're going to tout it as, because he took $1 million prize on this. He's really implemented big time. But Biden, see, he pardoned him from all that. And Trump's already reminding the public that Biden pardoned him for all that. So we've got high treason. They've married us with the Israeli army. It's high treason. Um, they've got everybody upset with this ICE crap, including myself. Um, the whole overreach on everything, the tariff shit, and this. Everybody's mad about this, and I'm seeing it in comments, and they haven't even really started. In my video this morning, I put that CNN clip in there of them talking about the actual uh, uh, solution that's not the solution, and they know it's hurting people. Um, and people are getting the wrong treatments. Well, that very specifically is what has happened with Bryce. And I can't think as it's a coincidence that this has come out the day before he's filing in that criminal court and native court tomorrow. He's got the filing date, and anyway, we've been working on that and talking about it, and I think that it's not coincidence this is happening right now. They're coming out with exactly the scenario we're dealing with that we came here to talk to the council about on behalf of Bryce and the Lakota people, because I knew I got a troll over here saying I didn't, but everybody on this channel lived through it with me. Watched me lose my mind because I was crazy. I was talking about something the government was going to do, and then they did it. And I had been warning about what they were going to do very specifically. And I was also mentioning something you can look up. It's called pulmonary hypertension as a result of doing a certain activity. And it's a broad range of ways that a person could die is under that particular diagnosis. And a big, for those of you who are here, of course, because that works no longer on this channel, even though it's been peer reviewed now, and I've been justified now for saying these things and talking about it. I was using spike proteins before anyone even patented this stuff. Being like, oh, wait a minute. And the fact that the mRNA takes that virus and actually makes it more human. Everybody was talking about how it makes, it changes our DNA, and that's not at all what that was. That wasn't the whole purpose of this. It was to get the virus that is a nerve embedding virus into the system, and this particular strain, in particular, unnamed, will remain in your nervous system for up to 20 years dormant, and then come back out and get you sick again. And each and every individual person that gets it puts out 8 different variants. Now, add more human to that, and it becomes easier and deadlier, and easier to catch and deadlier on down the road. And that's how it ran for 30 years as they were testing it. And it's public knowledge. They were testing it in conjunction with that exact thing in not in bovine industry, but in bovine, to see what it did. And research is known, and there are results on it. And I pinpointed those and said, imagine yourself in this, because that, and then I took you to Moderna, and the CEO signed off on that 6 months before he was asking for the patent, and all this stuff's coming out, so I can talk about it now again. But he signed off 6 months before they even for the patent, and said that the shit wouldn't be medically viable for at least another 20 years. The guy in Germany, I just made another video about that too. He was saying the same thing. That German manufacturer was like, and then they're all applying for patents. And you saw them drop out one by one. They got taken out. It was the Johnson & Johnson, the J&J. That one I think was first. They started taking them out because all these symptoms that I had specifically warned about. So, are you helping? Can I read anything that's above this?
Yes.
I've asked you to help me, so you know that I can't. It's summertime, baby. I can't even see who I'm talking to. I see. I think vigorous. Maybe excited. I can't. Hi. I'm trying to conserve battery because we only got about 49%, but it's better than it was.
Jamie
Hi,
Levin
Jamie.
Josh Williams.
Josh Williams. Cool. Hi, everybody. Here, I'm going to take it out for a second. The crystalline beast. Not sure what you're referring to that there, Josh, but hi. Turbo cancer. Well, yeah, that. Runaway cells, runaway protein production. Yeah. I was citing that before they were even talking about Rona as a lockdown device. Um, and people over here were calling me crazy. But hi, my name is, for you new people, I am so sorry for not introducing myself. My name is Eric Sebastian Briggs. I authored the Davis Hemp Bill under Senator Jim Davis in 2014. It passed 42 to 2 right into the Farm Bill, veto proof, well beyond 60%. So it kind of forced federal legalization of hemp, and Trump signed it in 18. And I stood down shortly after because I had reported to Senator Jim Davis. Good, good. I hope you're all good. I had reported to Senator Jim Davis that clockwise rotation, they are referring to as a polar vortex, keeps getting bigger, and our moon, instead of rising wax and setting wax, is now rising around, rolling 180 degrees and setting like a grin. Tycho crater is going from well beyond 4 o'clock all the way up to 11 o'clock every night. And that's a north to south hemisphere view of our moon, which means we tilted and we're making that happen. It's us, not the moon, because the shadow's moving too. So I was stopped halfway through my present because I actually had star charts and fucking drawings and everything. I had people helping me, surveyors, laying out charts for me with their instrumentation because I didn't have it, and signing off on this, and I was presenting it to Congress, and I had studied it for quite some time because of my son, and he was at the time about 8, and I didn't want him to be taken from me because I was crazy. So I wanted to prove what I had to say, and I was stopped halfway through because it was extremely boring. And they informed me that I was absolutely correct, and they offered me a bunker for Seamus, and I refused it because they also told me that 3/4 of the population of the globe is about to die, so you don't have the opportunity to infiltrate my son's bunker and hang him by the neck. And I opted out, and of course I didn't make any friends, but I have found a family in doing so. Um, and I've put up on my post section very much what you can do about it and exactly why. Because it's not just our government, it's not just red and blue working together. When all right, the plan is civil unrest. Imagine that happening around today. Dragging, literally, the president's already said it 3 times. They want you to drag politicians out of their homes. Literally, that's the plan. I've been screaming it since 2014. Here we are. I was also telling people the day of lockdown. Y'all think the butcher got sick because Wendy's couldn't sell beef 2 weeks later? No, that's the reason they had to lock us down on that day, to get that excuse in there so you'd believe the butcher got sick and you couldn't find chicken wings anywhere. No, the grain's been dying for years. We're at a very low because they had to call the herd right before Rona, and we were running the numbers. I was like, well, right here, live. And, well, Angry Catfish, they took the channel. So the people here found me and because of all that. And I was very accurate in everything that would happen up to exactly this day when they're starting to expose what they've done. I've always said the backlash is coming, and it's going to be worse than that because it's going to be acute people on people death because of their exposing what they've done. And we're in the beginnings of that. Russia because of the Ukraine war, China because of South Chinese Sea, and North Korea just because it can, will simultaneously nuke us. And we'll respond to make sure Putin's fucking population can't get in his bunkers. They've been building these bunkers knowing that we had another sun coming in for many, many years. And they invented World War III to keep you out of them. And that is the absolute truth. I know I sound crazy, but you haven't even heard the half of it. I'm telling you. That's why I stood down as senatorial investigator, top investigator under Senator Jim Davis, North Carolina, Republican. And they let a bunch of maggots in my conservative party. You know what a conservative is? I don't give a fuck what you do as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. All right, that's a conservative. Live free, man. If you don't hurt anybody, I don't have a fucking beef with it. I'm not here to tell you who to love. I'm not here to tell you who to hate. That's all in your fucking heart. I'm going to tell you, you probably should love your neighbor, just like what Jesus said. It's a truth. It's written in red, and it's a truth. I view that as Jesus came down and gave us a map how to act. You're the son of the Creator too, and the son of the Mother. You got to understand we live on a living planet. First creation is not a dead rock. I found that out the hard way. There's easier ways to do that. If you go to my post section, you'll find some answers. I've made it easy. Put 8 or 9 videos over there on the post section that pertain to exactly why this is going on, how you can prove to yourself of what's going on. Because I just gave you the moon. Look at it at rise. The motherfucker looks like a ground, and the Tycho crater's all the way over here. And then by the time it sets, it's done that. Period. And Tycho crater should never be at the top unless you're in Australia. And the moon should never do 180 degrees. It's confused. Am I a north or south hemisphere view? Am I a wax or a wane? It's really hard to tell for a navigator, and that's why I noticed early on in this. And it's been doing it since October of 2010. And I've had that verified. We've been traveling around to 300 and some tribes, and those are all labeled right here in my lives. We're right now in the Cheyenne River Sioux Lakota Nation, and we're in front of the elder wisdom holder who's been suffering through this whole thing. We sat in their council, and they're having record deaths this year, the exact year I told them, because I came through here uh, May 22nd, 2024, right here, and mentioned Bryce. It's all on my lives, and in the title, even, so it's easy to find. We're here again. We sat in, and at that time, I had told them that this year was going to be a big die-off. If they didn't avoid X, Y, and Z, and or take care of this with this doctor, because that was the only one I knew. Well, he's just had a toe amputated, and they realized this week where they messed up because they haven't been giving the right treatments, which is something Rand Paul said on CNN yesterday. So it's not a coincidence that I'm here helping him do the exact same thing that they're doing in Washington right now and throwing it all out at this time. I've been telling you they're going to do that, You think it's a coincidence I'm here and they just started doing this? I'm all like, I don't. I don't. I think it's going to make our job a lot easier. And all we got to do is travel around and put a couple dots together like we did before, and everybody's going to build a greenhouse and heal each other and be good. Kumbaya, motherfuckers. So we're hoping for that. Um, he's got some insight. I'm going to ask for some healing energy for our friend and all our friends. Um, let's put out some healing energy for the fucking globe at this point. Intent with healing this. Be grateful that it's done. Just be grateful it's done. I like it they're coming clean on some of the stuff, but the reactions coming are just going to be what we thought they would be. And I implore you to please remain calm. I'm a veteran, man. I'm watching people run around shooting people on my street because they don't have papers. I flew overseas. I've sailed on boats across the globe to fight people in my heart that do that, and it's happening here in this nation. I've been upset, and I knew this was coming. I've been warning this is coming, and I'm still getting upset when I see what happens. We've been lied to for 250 years, and it's time for this to reset. Creator has an answer for it. It's coming. Just remain calm and be grateful that it's already taken care of. Embrace yourself as an amazing creature of our amazing creator that is so amazing we don't even want you to imagine how simple it is. You have a magnet field in your chest, just like Earth. None of this is coincidence.
Sugar! No!
She's barking because she heard
Mm-hmm.
heard activity.
That's gonna get Kiff all started.
Well, of course it does. Look at him. Here he comes. He's the blind dog.
Sugar!
He can't even see tonight.
Sugar!
You're doing dishes. God, I've missed like 5 or 6 absolute conversations going on, buddy. And Vigorous is doing dishes.
Leap says these polar vortexes are crazy.
Hmm.
Fauci committed crimes against humanity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it was premeditated. I stood down because of it. I was explaining.
Lay
I
down!
was explained how it was going to happen. I called it out before it even started, and it's premeditated. It's worse than they're going to let you know.
Like.
Because they want this catalyst to make you angry and go out and start pulling politicians out of their house. That's literally the game, and I implore you to remain calm.
Stop!
Sugar.
No!
Lay down. Lay down. Stop. Be a good girl. Just calm down. Put your bottle up. Calm down, young lady. You. Come here. You're just a baby girl. She's like, I wish you'd let him squirt me a little more. You stay down. No barking. You don't need to be causing no trouble. Dog. Always script, yes, sir. Just keep that in mind. This script has been playing out for a long time. World War One, World War Two, Balfour Declaration began with the Treaty of Ghent, JHENT, Sweden, 1814, and that was just over here. This script's been carrying out through since the last time over in Europe, hanging people and beating people and smashing babies' heads on the wall as in the name of Jesuit order, um, to make people not remember the last passing because they have to have us forget. We can't be talking about that. This time though, special, isn't it? We got three of them coming back. They're gonna sing that chord, and you can see little cerns popping up all over the place, trying to mask their frequency over their bunkers, and everybody thinks, and oh, CERN's causing it. No, it ain't. Nope. CERN's a very simple frequency fucking masking umbrella, is what it is. They're trying to accelerate the particles and get them go. They think they're trying to imitate a living frequency, and they have no idea. No, I think they do because you can't imitate a living frequency with a machine like that. It doesn't work. There's an extra spark in there that only the creator can create a fucking living voice, a living word. They're working with dead vibrations. They're making vibrations out of mechanical means. It's not going to work. And they're realizing that. Look, CERN just shut down and things are getting crazier. But I just had somebody come and ask me last week, what do you think about CERN being shut down? I'm like, well, things are getting crazier. You think it's CERN? It's shut down. Your moon's still doing cartwheels. And a little bit more every day has added up to where the sheep are starting to get nervous. And yeah, here we are. And the breeze has just died for the last hour or so. So we're sitting here cooking and cooking in South Dakota. It's summer, baby. Pretty time of day. We're supposed to be getting rain, but I haven't seen any. Mm. Um, I think Bryce is sleeping. He was kind of wore out. I gave him a once over and prayed with him. It was a good session. And immediately he was tired and was like, eat your dinner and go to bed. Wake up, you need a couple more. He's infected. He's infected pretty good. And I felt it. It actually wore me out. That's the first time I ever felt fatigued. I was like, whew. I had to sit down. I hit him with my foot. I don't want to rule the world. I want the world to rule me. It's a lot more fun. keep it, keep that responsibility out of my hands. I don't want to run anybody's world. Look at what I do to mine. I live in a van down by the river. I'm, I'm Chris Farley in character. Saturday Night Live skit right here. Yeah, I don't want to lead nothing. Mm. Attack on that fucking mosquito. I led the attack. It's about all the leading I want to do. God, why?
I wish to control
Just
everyone.
why would you want to actually rule the world? That is too fucking much bullshit right there. What am I missing over here?
Everything.
I know.
Bigger, it says all in a script.
Mm.
Jamie says everyone wants to rule the world. From an
Mhm.
80s song. Insecurity.
Yep, yep. To rule the world. Yep. Gosh dang, man. It's hot. It's sticky hot and dark. It's kind of cooled off a little bit, but the wind died. We need a good about 5 minutes of wind blow some of this hot air out of here. Starting to feel it on my. It might be picking up. It seems to be a little bit. I see the trees moving again. Good. We're about to cool down. Insecurity. Yep, we're in Dupree. We're, yeah, I've been inside his house today and shook his toes up a little bit. He's inundated. A lot of work to do for one guy. It wore me out. I sat down. I was like, oof. I was sitting there tapping my foot at him with mine. And he was like, oh, he's feeling it all the way in his knee. When I was hitting him, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling it up into your leg too. I said the creator's knocking that shit loose. Whatever, you know. That's I'm feeling the same thing he is. He's pretty inundated up his shin with this shit. So shaking it up. He's supposed to get on his. He's been on a law for 3 days on his meds because changing jurisdictions and all that shit. So he's supposed to get that tomorrow to fight the infection. And it's they got the culture, of course, off the toe and figured out what it was, and they're going to give him the right medicine now. Imagine that. Again, that sucks. He had to lose a whole fucking toe for them to figure out where they were messing up and what they missed. And it turned out, I mean, it's exactly what he was telling them was going on. So, he's definitely got a case, especially with it coming out with the whole stuff in this congressional hearings and stuff. It's just kind of cut and dry at this point. Mm-hmm.
It says you, Shane. It says Dupree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was just telling him we're outside of Bryce's house here in Dupree. Till the 3rd. And tomorrow we're going to be dealing with tribal courts, filing papers and stuff. I'm not sure. I think we have to do it in EB again. So I'm going to help them with that. I've never filed anything in Indian court, so I'm sure there's new rules I'll be familiarized with. I can about guarantee you need a triplicate. Everything in triplicate. One's yours, one's the plaintiff's, one's for the court. The defendant in the court. Plaintiff, defendant, in court. They all got their own copy. Now, you can get by with a zip strip nowadays, too. Instead of having to print out all that shit. Get yourself 3 zip strips.
Sugar.
Copy, paste, go. High-tech court. I've done that. Like I said, I'm gonna help him tomorrow as much as I can. Shit, I'll help him with anything he needs. I fed his dogs. I met his dogs tonight. German Shepherds. Nice dogs. Didn't eat me. I walked right in their pen. Said, hey, baby. Male and female. And they went in the wagging tails. I think he'd tell me if my dogs like him, I'll let him hang out and shake my water. I was playing with them. They're good. Good dogs. It's the mother and the baby boy. You and Dupree? Ah, there is, huh? Goodness. It's hot. It's been hot all day. Miserable heat, hot. It's supposed to rain. I'm kind of hoping it does. It said by 8 o'clock. I know it's later than 8 o'clock, though. Shoot. Poor Kiff. Listen to him. He's got his nose up against the tin board, and he sounds like he's dying over there. You're panting on yourself, bud. When's the last time you had them out? Because she's kind of acting that way.
Mm-hmm. Beat the puppies.
Look at her.
Beat her.
You gotta poop. You do.
You hate pooping.
Look at her.
You hate pooping. You hate to poop. You hate pooping.
Don't get her barking. Don't get her barking. Chico's about to start. Look at him. Hi, Ito. How you doing? You need to go poop too. Me too.
You're fucked, Chico.
Dirt +2, I think. Yeah, that's how old Bryce was. I said dirt +2. He's in his 70s. He's about as old as Glenn.
Not dirt plus 2.
Yeah. He's old. He's older than I am. He's in good shape for as old as he is. He's got a good heart, good spirit. He does work for people. Chico.
Sugar.
You chill. Fucking Chico. He does.
Sugar.
Absolutely, he does. He definitely got some good spirit in him, good heart. He's concerned about his people, rightfully so. But I think we're gonna be taking care of that this week. It's pretty much taking care of itself, that creator. Chico, what are you doing? That is not yours. You're not to be drinking the grease. A little bit of extra airflow while you're out there. It's hot in here, boy. Did I turn the oven off? No wonder it's so hot in here. You baked potatoes, and we ate an hour ago. The oven's still on. I'm like, what the hell, dude? Really? Okay. Unbearably hot. I just walked by that, I'm like, what the hell? That's better already. Jesus, dude. Yeah, that's a little cooler already. Easy. That oven was sending heat up here so fast. It was heating me out. Boy. That sucks. So far, he's lucky. He's only lost one toe, but it's set in pretty good. He needs to get back on them meds, and I need to hit him another time or two. Maybe. I don't know. He right afterwards, he was like, "Poop, go to sleep." I was like, "Well, get yourself a nap." Buzz me if you need anything. So you can wiggle your toes? He's like, "Yeah." that good? It's a good sign. It's a good sign. Yeah, the wind died again. Whew. It's a marginally cooler in here though. Now that the fucking oven's off, I think cools down. It'll cool down. This hot box back there. I was like, what the hell? I walked back there to go to the bathroom and the day I was like, I touched the oven. I was like, ow, that's still on. Kids. Hey, you hush. Sugar. Stop. What did I tell you? No. 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 Lay down. Lay down. I know you can hear me. Lay down. Good girl. It's a good girl. Why you gotta make me go deep voice? Hmm? Rub my belly. Rub my belly. I'm just a little girl. You're a good girl. That was just Seamus and Chico. You got your brother all freaked out. Crazy dogs. Yeah, you gotta take care of yourself. So I tell people, if you plan on getting old, you want to do it with as few accidents as possible. Boy, sitting in here sweating my ass off because you've got the oven on full crank. Oh, I turned it off. You kidding me? Everything back there's hot like a firecracker, bud. It's gonna be an hour for that shit cools down. Mm. Thanks for that. Holy crap. Yeah, I thank God I had to go to the bathroom. Because I would never known. I was just sitting here thinking it was that hot. I could feel the cool breeze on my back, but the sweat just kept coming. And I was like, why is the front of me burning? I know. I drove with the heater on all day. Now I got it on again. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. My dad duty is over for the day. Well, for the moment, until he fucks up again. You may hear another exclamative boy out of my
That's
head.
it. Spill the water on your dude.
You know, no, Dad's not thirsty at all. Fuck you. Fuck him. Fuck Daddy. He could he could just sweat his ass off.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you turn the oven back on for a
Yep.
little bit?
Yep. I'm just gonna put your cup in there too.
Oh God! Don't melt my cup. That's a sacrilege. Oh, what am I again now? I was gonna title it. God, I've got a new nickname. I can't remember
Fucking
what.
Lee.
I can't
Some
remember
sort of
what it
illusion.
is. It's some kind of satanic shit. Boy, what are you doing with that light on? I don't have a generator option right now.
I need you to.
Huh? Okay, sync's great, but why you got light on?
Because I need to see.
Oh man, I need the electric for my refrigerator. It should be okay to actually take showers and shit and still run the refrigerator, honestly. But God, I don't want to chance it. Not on a night like this. And the oven's on. Shit. Hmm. Yeah, I guess. It's gonna get hotter. Fuck. It's just bound to. I mean, this is a year of fires. It's been fires and fires and fires every year, but this is even worse. And, who could have said that was going to happen?
Lee.
Vigorous did. Glenn knew. I know I've said it a couple times. It's just going to be a little more tomorrow than yesterday. It's very true for everything for a very long time now. We've been watching this just slow fucking progressive train wreck. It's been absolutely an honor hanging out and watching y'all with the insanity because I would have hated to sit and watch this shit alone. It's been quite a show. An amazing opens, uh, just new frontiers in this physics of mom's reaching out in front of the bow shock and shit. That's never happened. I don't give a fuck what the trolls say. He's like, yes, it has. That's his argument. Yes, it has. We've been watching it for how many years? Has anybody ever seen a pole line, polar cap line, go out past the bow shock like it has been this last couple of weeks? Anybody? Come forward, please. Anybody? Could you please help me with that? Because I know I've been watching it for a long time, a decade. Like a religion. We learned how to make quake predictions to the minute off of that shit. And I don't. I have never seen it.
You are a laughable imbecile with the heart of a demon liar.
Well, what's my new name though? No, he says something. He's got like 50 posts over
I
there.
know, it's hard.
It's just one of the. Yeah, he calls me a new name and everything, but that isn't with the heart of a demon liar. No, that's not the new name he gave me. Something about Satan. Well, yeah, we watch the show as it plays out, and as it goes along, we learn about ourselves and our magnetic abilities, and we help each other. And it's been an amazing journey. And it would have been terrible to just see all this shit by myself. It's not why it's that's I mean that's reinforcement. It's not just for me. It's not just for a few. It's for everybody. This is us. And there's other people out there being, the same thing all over the world. This is mom calling up her stewards and getting us ready to shake some real good water. She got knocked out. We got almost all killed off. The Cretaceous boundary happened. We ended up here and we're about to go home. She's ready to dance and sing with Glenn. Well, maybe that's. I did lose my mind a couple times in my basement. I thought for sure I had. All these things I was being shown, I didn't understand. Um, I didn't have a way to articulate some of them. I just described what I was told, shown. Couldn't make sense out of it. Some of it, and then here we are. Um, it's been a long, strange trip, my friend. I'm glad you've been here for it. Thank you. Didn't see this one coming, did we? We thought we were going out to help people, and I got to tell you, it's been very reciprocal because I've learned so much. Yeah, the globe is commiserating. We should be co-rejoicing. What, the globe? Bro, it's on fire right now. They're just talking about France and Spain. It's everywhere. You seen the East Coast? Whole fucking East Coast is on fire right now. And flooding. And flooding. It's on fire and flooding. Trump's yelling at Canada for their shit. Dude, we are burning. We actually have look at us. Ain't one of us a billionaire. We're out here fucking pissing them all off. Cheers to you. I definitely couldn't do that alone. Yeah, well, all this low density forage has to go. The old world seeds are fixing to crack and explode into life when we get back onto the right
Sugar?
energy to pop them. They don't have enough energy to pop on this low energy sun, and they sat dormant. Yeah, I don't want to control anything. Mom and the Creator got that shit. I like the idea of healing and loving each other and dancing with plants. I really fucking like that. What better job? I mean, we can do all kinds of things, but I mean, we're healers. It's time to stop hating each other.
Sugar!
Come here. Get up here. Lay down. What are you doing? Why are you barking at everybody walking by? No.
No.
You need to lay down. Lay it down. 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 I said down. Get down. Lay down. Good girl. Good girl. Stay right there. Mm-hmm. Well, the tree's going hollow. There's my lightning. And the cool breeze just picked up. Feel that? Nice. It's running a little bit late. It's here. Cool down now. Yeah, the trees have been going hollow, and when the leaves come on them, they're too heavy. Because the only thing left is the living bark, basically, and they snap, and then the leaves wilt, and it's instant fire, 80-foot flames. You know, it's happening all over the forests, way faster than anybody could hope to pick them up. That's what's actually been fueling these for the last few years, and it's just getting worse and worse as we go through time. Mm-hmm. We have responsibilities, but yeah, I couldn't hope to control that kid, but I have a responsibility to teach him how to handle himself. I think I've done that pretty well. I think you proved that at the Sundance. You conducted yourself very well in the midst of people that would look like, why is he here? And a great amount of scrutiny. Anything you could have done would have been construed as, improper, and you didn't. I'm very proud of you. I knew I could send you up there. And you'd act proper, and you'd learn, and you'd pray with the people. Your energy is a damn fine energy, son.
And the next day, feeling that energy from the Sundance was another experience in itself.
I agree. Uh, Two completely amazing experiences, but very different, being involved and a witness.
And then, even further out,
Hmm.
the fucking wildlife
Uh-huh.
copying that.
Well, and also they were doing that all over the place too. It was more than just our group.
Mm-hmm.
It was freaking pretty cool, dude. Yeah, see, that's the fun part. Things are starting to make sense, and we get to witness this. It is an amazing time to be alive right now. God, we've been lost for so many decades and centuries as far as a conglomerate of people, and we've finally got these answers that I've been looking for a long time. I don't know if everybody else has, but then I got answers I didn't even know there were questions for, and I realized that this is just what I've been looking for. I've been looking for the truth, and once you find the truth of the Creator and exactly how it works, I got a fingerprint, man. It's physics. Physics, science does not argue with God. It's the laws of physics that will set you free. It's the only thing that proved to me there's a creator, and I enough to the point that I wanted to touch it. I know the frequency of omnipresence. I know there's the EM field that flows through everything and all things. And that is the creator. I also know there's little men running around in big shoes trying to play God. I've seen that. So called archons, the ones the original Jesus warned us about. And they took and twisted that into some crazy shit today. And that's not my fault. They did that. Where's my water? I gave you my cup. You said you were going to melt it. Now you're sitting there playing your game. Do better, bud. You could do better. Thank you. Dying over here. Goodness. Well, they seem to be eerily in step with each other. That's why I don't want Seamus to read them to me. I think some of that stuff's been misinterpreted because I see different. It ain't Hitler. It ain't. A lot of people have been talking crazy shit about these prophecies, and I don't think it's quite as insane as and complicated as what people try to translate into it. I've run into way too many right now that are converging from the Ottawa to here and yours. A lot of them, a lot of different stories and a lot of different angles coming at the same thing. It's not a surprise. It just I don't want to I don't want to know how it ends. I don't want to. I don't want to know. I kind of like this follow the wind thing. I wanted to do something today that we didn't do, and I'm glad we didn't because we came up here to finish something we came here in the first place. I got George Washington's forehead and the thought, who do I know that could explain this to me? One man in the world. And we're sitting out front of his house today. None of that's a coincidence, man. It blew all the way until we got to Eagle Butte and held me there for 3 weeks. And then it went east when it came apparent I had to go make money, and then we got stuck where we were, and now we're back here again. And none of that's coincidence. I had seen it, and I had even lined up to go south today to make the money on the glass that I've got sitting here in the hoopty, but I knew if I went another hour south, there's no way I was going to drive up here today, and I'm glad we did. It's just synchronicity after synchronicity today when we got here that just reinforces that I followed the wind and I did as I was asked to do, and everything's falling in place. Patience, right? Yeah, that little bit of happy prayer. Thankfully, when things are going crazy, I do ask the Creator frequently for guidance. I ask for guidance. I said the other day I don't ask for anything. I'm always just grateful. I thank Creator for everything I can imagine to thank Creator for. including the day and everything under it that I couldn't think of. Sometimes I break down and I beg for some guidance. I'm like, I'd kind of like this little bit of clarity here because I'm feeling useless or futile or whatever it is at that point in time. And I'm never, it seems, disappointed. Like, ding, something happens within usually minutes of just asking with an open heart to the Creator. It's like, something will, Bryce will come across, ding, hey man, run this by you. It's like, oh wow. You should read our conversations. We have some good conversation. Um, I kind of wish he was here. Actually, it'd be great to have you here right now. But then you could talk to him. He's I like Bryce. I like him. Like I said, he's the only person in South Dakota I could imagine that I would trust enough to even ask that question to. And I've seen every one of the tribes here. I didn't get any sense of fear out of him the first time here. He embraced what I had to say. Um, he had correlated it with their 20, 2014, 2015 prophecy wheel and
Sugar.
what time it is. And, he had been talking to somebody in your tribe that I don't have his name. I'll get it. He said it twice today about they're following the blue star. They know it's here. And I'm like, well, my friend does too, and so does their council now. Somebody knows. Because I went in there telling them, look at your sky. And yeah, and that whole day happened there. Holy cow, dude. That was, again, a synchronicity. I walked into two meetings that were convening minutes. Just the exact second. Any later, I wouldn't have gotten to talk to anybody. And just the universe brings in a synchronicity when it's meant to be. And I don't even know if it was for the guy in charge. I have a feeling it was because he was really interested. And I mean the real guy in charge, the one that took over the conversation, not the one I was introduced to. that's that's the universe. It works like that. Now we're here. I've been frustrated for the last month, not knowing what the fuck to do. Bryce has been in the hospital, and I can't do anything up here on my own. I can't lay down legal papers or anything.
Sugar.
What, change of plans to come back here? Well, that was kind of the plan as it was. I just didn't know if we were gonna. I was thinking the same thing all the way up, but you know, I was made clear that I should follow the way the wind blows if I have questions. And it blew right here. We got here on an eighth of a tank. There's no way we should have been got here on an eighth of a tank like that. All the way uphill. Uh, well, you know my stance on this. We got three sons. They're coming for a cord. And if you can't embrace your design, you're a healer, and love the mother and serve the father and love the father and understand your place in creation is the child, then meek ain't gonna work for you. And this cord might strike you in a bad way. I don't know. But when that comes through, that's that. Whatever's out of the right frequency gets zapped. Anything in the right frequency gets to stick around. I can't. There's a lot of names attached to that conflagration, the cleansing and fire, and the voice of God. I like the voice of God. That's a chord, you know. It's a chord that strikes in the right tone, creator's tone, resets the life in the solar system, three sun system specifically, because it takes all three to make a chord. It's brilliant. Well, that was a gross misinterpretation in 2012. They were marking the return, the end of a cycle, the solar cycle, the long count. The long count being when the sun's return, and they were pretty goddamn close. It was 2 years off from when we got tilted, almost to the month. That's pretty impressive if you ask me for how long that count went. I'm like, damn, dude, that's 2 years. 2 fucking years and 100 and some thousand years. That's pretty fucking accurate, bro. I gotta tell you. But yeah, it was touted as the end of the world, and I'm like, that is not what I wasn't accepting that. Still don't. That's not what they were talking about. They were talking about the long solar count. What do you think they're talking about? The return of our sons. That's all three. Ding ding ding. Almost right. Thank you. Yeah, we weren't dumb, and they want us to think that we're at the apex of society, and that is so far from the truth. It's it's idiocracy at the best. It's like when we went to the ball court. Remember that you took us down into the ball. I didn't even know we had a ball court in the United States. I found out we had a ball court. So, yeah, we went down and saw the ball court, and I was noticing how they had you guys storing your food up at the top of the thing and the hot bricks at the square buildings that the damn Department of Forestry built. And I'm all like, man, they just squared this shit off and said that you was living up here with your food. and we're standing down. Where were we? We were at the air conditioning place. We weren't up there looking at that. I was like, fuck that shit. And let's go down here to the blowhole. That's good. Woo. You know what I mean?
This is
Where
not
were
where
these
they
people
stored the
keeping their food?
food.
Are you kidding me? You think they're that dumb? That they just keep it up there and then you could have had a refrigerator and you could have lived in that. That's why they had it closed off. We weren't allowed to see what was really going on in that hole. Why would they have it double bottomed like that so you couldn't even shine a light in there and look, bro? All that in the top was just for our distraction and the story. All that was just decoration. You could see it upside down with the contours and the beautiful fucking scenery that was upside down. And they had running water going up there, you bet, because it was running down that stream that was there with all we were emulating nature, and it was beautiful at one point, and they hid that fact. They made sure all those things were upside down so you couldn't see the detail unless you were up under it looking and knew what you were looking for. As soon as I looked under there, I was like, oh my god, look, they got these upside down. There's the scenery. We were amazingly technologically advanced. Jeez, dude. We have a pro wrestler for a fucking president. we, and so many people, even my age, are like, what? You don't remember when he was at Trump Towers and running with Vince McMahon every night, every Saturday, man, that motherfucker in the podium doing the same stance with his fists in the air. It's like, oh my God. That's our president. I'm like, oh, come on, really? And then people don't even know that. You know what they know him for? The Apprentice. They love Hollywood TV reality hosts. The Kardashians, fucking, what's her name? The little Paris Hilton, and Donnie Trump. Hollywood reality TV host. That's his claim to fame. 10 years. That's his biggest success right there. Look at where it took him. Right to the fucking Oval Office. Damn, that wasn't planned. Come on. You're playing the trump card. The final trump card. This is it. Ain't gonna be no more Mystery Babylon after this one. And he's gonna make it about halfway through for the fucking fall. My only question is, will we be at civil war before the midterm in November? Or will it be because the final catalyst, be something revolving around that? Because, as far as I can tell, December is when the great and terrible day of the Lord's supposed to happen. Sometime in December. And if I was a wagering guy, I'd say it's probably going to be sometime around Christmas. And they have to have us all pretty much dead before that day. Ronnie Reagan. Yeah, Reagan and Bush era was my naval service. I went. I was watching CNN one night, 17. Didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to get out of my parents' house. And I didn't want to do it in a way that I owed him a dime. I was sitting there watching the news, and this guy rolls up on a donkey, jumps off the donkey's back, grabs his rocket launcher, and shoots a fucking tank with it. Soviet tank. Blew its tracks off, jumps back on the damn donkey, takes off running. I'm like, now, now think about that. All right, we had a cameraman sitting. I didn't even think about that until I was a grown adult. I was sitting there watching this fucking bullshit on TV. As a grown adult, I'm like, man, that was so staged. Anyway, had me all pumped, ready to go for Al Qaeda. I want to help those guys. They're fighting for freedom. They were freedom fighters. That's what CNN was saying. And I joined up to literally go fight with the Kurds of Al Qaeda. And then we changed over presidents. And the day we had talked them into standing up and fighting, we pulled out and left old Saddam alone. We had been shooting tomahawks and laying waste to women and children in caravans and buses and creating mass graves the whole time. And that day when they marched 400,000 of them, we pulled out and led 400,000 people to their death. And that's the story of the Kurds. That was pre-Desert Storm, Desert Shield, any of that. That was in 87 to 89. We were over there after the Cole, USS Cole got hit. Put a hole in that boat with a cigar boat. The tomahawks started flying. We was shooting tomahawks about 12 hours a day. Shot off a fuck ton of them. And we go out and replenish, get more loaded on for the next day. Those replenishing ships are huge. They were bigger than ours. We were on a big boat. You ray gun. Yeah, Ronnie Ray gun. But yeah, then we sold them out. We created the mass graves, and then we went back in and blamed them all on Saddam. We knew exactly where they were. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we're uncovering mass graves in the fucking middle of the damn desert because we had them GPSed. We knew where we put them. Crazy. Those were our mass graves we made. I lived it. And I watched them throw it 180 degrees on the news, and I realized PTSD is not a sickness in the soldier. It is a sickness in the society that ignores the soldier and tells them if they don't like it to go to China. And it's like, damn. What do? You just fought for this country. This country's lying on you, and now you're getting told to go to China. A lot of people can't handle that. It's not a sickness in them. That's them not being able to deal with the sickness in society, in my opinion. I've lived through that too. I've lived through it. There's a difference. That's the only way I could live with it. Understanding it and accepting it. What are you going to do? Watch them rot. That's all I could do. Found ways. I thought I was trying to help improve the system, make it stop doing bad things. And all for naught. Found work we were doing. That was one of the big hurts. Why in the hell are we doing this if you're fucking literally planning these people's death? Why are you even playing? Well, they stopped playing now. They stopped playing the game. It's all about how fast can we tear down the country now. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, my nightmare started in the '80s when I joined the military. '87. I started my life lessons. Don't don't make that mistake. Don't go into your military. It's not what they tell you. And it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing we've been doing under the guise of patriotism and being lied to by your nation. Your leaders were raised. Gotta respect that office. We're in the land of the free. You're free to fuck up so they could jail you. Use you as a commodity. All in the name of yeah. Well, they're going in on ground. They've got to get a couple months in on the ground. A couple weeks, anyways. I guess as fast as this shit's going, they just get in there for a little bit of a show and then it accelerates to the next step. But yeah, we're gonna get everybody killed. You're gonna sink ships, and at some point they're gonna start lobbing nukes. They've got nukes. They've got at least 6 of them sitting in the wings. They've done admitted that. Pretty sure they got them from Russia. Christ, I think they got them the last time we bombed them. They've had them. It's just waiting for the right moment. They can't set it off too quick. It wouldn't look right. Getting rid of the old stock. Yeah, we're low on stock now. Well, see, and that plays right in. Look, Ukraine just joined in on the damn war down here in Iran. Iraq's in it now. So is Saudi Arabia. Yemen. We've already nuked Yemen a couple years ago. Fucking with some tacticals. It's those big bunker busters. Those are fucking nuclear weapons, and we hit them with a couple of them in Yemen. It just ain't talked about a whole lot. The international radiology people went nuts for a little bit, but it didn't hit mainstream here. That was one of Georgie's fucking big oopses, and then Obama hit him. I was like, damn. There's been a lot of high fuckery going on over there for a while, and it's been lining up for this. Turkey's in Damascus. Turkey and Israel hate each other. They're both nuclear armed, and that is the where the end begins for us in Damascus. That was one of the very last specific items I was told. Damascus, watch for Damascus. I've been watching Damascus. I watched Turkey just walk in there with tanks. I was like, uh-oh. All the players are on the board now. in place. So we're going to definitely see the war, and they're really close to having. People are already getting kind of crazy out there. We're on the verge of extreme civil unrest. We're already on it's civil unrest in a lot of the big cities because they're having huge protests and shit over the government shooting people in the street. And they're bringing it to the forefront, of course, in the news, but in reality, since 1999, they changed the policy to hiring low IQ to the cops, and we have been murdering a few thousand people every year by low IQ cops that are shooting people for phones. Absolutely innocent. Murder by cop means that exactly. It's like that person didn't do a fucking thing. And it reflects, I know the media upholds it, you know, when when a black man gets shot, it's, and then a white man gets shot. You know what? There's more white people that get shot by cops and killed, murder style, in this nation than all other combined races in this nation. It is an absolute direct result of population. These fucking cops are just dumb. And they're out there with a fucking bunch of guns. You start dancing around, acting too goddamn happy, taking fucking selfies of yourself, you're bound to get shot. And that's what you're dealing with. You've seen it firsthand. That's a low IQ motherfucker with a gun and a badge. And that's by policy. Now they talk about these, what, 12,000 people that died over here. They killed 12,000 people in Iran, and it's anywhere between 2 and 12. Some maggots are talking about, oh, they killed 56,000 people. I'm like, where are you people getting your numbers from? It's between 2 and 12 is the debate, one. And two, over the last fucking 6 years, we've lost 12,000 fucking people. And since 99, do the math, that's 30 some fucking years of this. Or 30 years of it anyway. Low IQ cops, and every year it's been like 1,700, and it rises every year the more low IQ cops are in. And that's upheld by the Supreme Court. Their excuse is the low IQ is a lot less turnover than a high IQ cop. So their high IQs have a turnover rate that's bankrupting the cops because they spend so much money training them, and then they leave for better jobs or whatever. And I'm all like, you just want dumb people so you can give them unlawful orders, and they don't have the cognitive ability to figure out a human right in that. And that's the simple truth of it. Jamie, it's okay. I had some ladies of the church come to me out there in Loop, and I was like, "So what are you ladies doing out here?" Oh, we're out talking about Jesus. I was like, "Yeah, which one? King James version, Ethiopian version, Ninja Gita version, Toph version. So which Jesus we talking about today?" Said you do read your Bible canon, right? The original book, or you just what books do you read? I was asking them because I guess they got like a bunch of them there. But yeah, they didn't know what to talk about because I told them about the moon. I told them about the moon. I said, yeah, it's in Isaiah, and then the original one says when your sister system comes near, Earth's axis shifts, makes the sky roll, thus begins tribulations of Earth. I said, have you ever heard that from their podium? And they were like, ooh. It's like, yeah, I know. It makes so much sense. The confounded moon, huh? I said, now about this Jesus guy. Who are we talking about? Yeah. They didn't want to talk about Jesus after I talked about their moon and started talking about the older Bible. I said, I said they did change that because the original story doesn't read anything like what you're coming up here talking to me. So I was just wondering if before you go talk about Jesus, you might want to study up on the subject because you're bound to run into somebody that has read the older books. And I know you've heard of canon. You might want to seek out the truth. Off they went. So I'm just asking questions. Which one? Because there are a lot of them. There are a lot of the versions of Jesus throughout the Bible alone. Without all the Orient and the Egyptian talking about him, and the Muslims talk about him and have different stories about him too. There's a lot of different versions of Jesus out there. Same name. They did. That's not harassment. They came up to me. Asked them what they wanted to talk about. They said Jesus. I asked a very legitimate question. Which one, ladies? And I quoted a few of them. I could tell they were, um, they hadn't studied up and done their homework on the topic of which they spoke, so I gave them a lesson. That's all. I don't think it's harassment. I just point out some stuff. That's all. If you want a better idea of the story, why don't we go to the original book? That's that's valid, I think, because as we know, humans are vile creatures. And if I'm putting my name on a book, it's going to be written the way I want it. No, I get what you're saying. It's just you could definitely see it unnerved them, but I hope it unnerved them enough to go do their homework. Because from homework comes knowledge, and knowledge kills that fear. It's not my fault their faith instills fear in them. Knowledge kills that fear that faith instills. That's why you got in the same book they tell you that Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden from what? Eating out of the tree of knowledge. However, in the end of the book, you need the armor of knowledge to protect your ass when you're fighting the principalities. So you need to have the sword of truth and the armor of knowledge. And how can you have the armor of knowledge and be damned to labor upon the earth if you can't eat the damn fruit of knowledge? It's contradictory at best, counterproductive. The whole book's like that. I'm sorry, I could go on for days, but that book is meant to confuse us. It's meant to divide us. It's not meant to help anybody. Some people do find help in it because there is truth in it. And if you have good discernment, you'll be able to find the good truth. That's also true. So I can't really condemn it, but I would encourage to look at the older books so you get a better picture of it and you're not fooled by man's hand. That's all I've tried to get across. Because that's the root of this vile stuff. It's the Abrahamic religions pitting against each other, and the Catholic Church fueling the flames. There you go, the holy magnet. So there you go. See, there you go. Our creator's the holy magnet. He is the big magnet, the magnet that runs all magnets, and every atom in existence having a magnet field on the EM field at 1748 hertz. That's the guy I want to talk to. That's a good one. Church of the Magnet. And I can't put a name to the creator. How dare I? Would think that I could name the creator and I'd get it right. How do you even logic that one? Because your creator's small, you live in a frisbee, a little snow globe, and you couldn't possibly be dealing with something that man started labeling for their own good. Because it, my creator's name is not Yahweh. I know who that is. Unless they share the name, I can't say it's not. I say I don't know him as Yahweh. I know an archon named Yahweh. One of those little men in big shoes. Like and subscribe. Guys, sometimes I just get out here and ramble. It's been a good day. It's been a busy day. It's been a hot day. It's starting to cool off real nice now, though. Not that wind. Storm's coming on. And I got to see Bryce. I got to help him relax a little bit and go to sleep. Hopefully he wakes up feeling better. I'm worried for the man. Not bad, but I mean I'm worried for the man. He's been sick for a long time. They need to stop fucking around with his medications. Get him fixed up tomorrow. See how his foot's feeling in the morning. Probably about 3 o'clock in the morning. That's about what time I expect him to wake up and start dinging me. It's usually what time we start our conversations, about 3 o'clock in the morning when he starts dinging. Good morning, dude. He's ex-military too. Army. Hell yeah. Happy. Happy. Good conversations, uplifting, spiritual. And it physics. Physics answers is spiritual. It's so fucking accurate. Creators, man, they can hide that real good with their books. I done emptied my bag. Go get a refill on my top shelf. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah. One more top shelf acquired. Good idea, Jamie. Hmm. Yeah, you gotta do that on a dry day. Good to hear you got some more rain. Top shelf boy. Mm. Here's your spicy CBD.
Oh dear.
Pure on. Woo. Woo. Spicy. CBD rich. Mm.
That is spicy.
Spicy, spicy. So I said that bag was a mix of both. It was all
That went
just
from
crumbs.
spice to here's all the spice. This is just spice. That was spiced.
It's heavily CBD uh, uh, strain. It's a big CBD strain. It's I forget the name. It's on the bag. Very, very spicy, very peppery. But yeah, real heavy CBD flower. It's good for my what ails me. Friend Tuck in Colorado is thinking about going out to Missouri. His dad, he's coming up on the end of his days. He's got some land out there. I was like, Tuck, it wouldn't surprise me when we come through Missouri if you wasn't there. I always like it when he calls. He always calls. He needs good talking to. It's good stuff. He's a good kid.
Chico.
Oops. Uh oh.
Oh no. He touch
but
things.
fucking touching buttons.
Yeah, he's already on a tantrum. I'm sure. It's, it's his job. He takes money to do this, and he takes enjoyment in some of it. I think. Just being mean. I don't care. Like I said, they'll send people to me. His intentions are pretty clear, though. It's that old language. Don't doubt it. Don't doubt yourself. You get a feeling on somebody, they're probably admitting it. Approach with caution. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. I like, I like your mom. She's good heart. Oh my goodness. See, now that's not spicy. Mmm. That's more nom, nom. Kind of piney, fruity almost. Lime green.
It's like a pine mixed with spearmint, kind of.
Your mom's been doing good works for your people all her life, bro. One heck of a good, strong woman there. You know that. She brought you up. Look at you. She did a good job. I really don't say that about too many people's parents. They did a good job. He's like, I don't want to be right all the time. Fuck. Cheers, everybody. It's getting to be about bedtime. Probably gonna go back with me now. Mm, I need to undo my battery. Not that we're stranded out at the Buffalo Interpretation Center or anything, but it's probably good to have leave the battery charged. All right, Jamie, you have yourself a good evening. But yeah, I'm fixing to get to bed. It's gonna be a busy day. Bryce has court in the morning, and we need to go file stuff for more court. Get him straightened away. Get his meds properly administered and all that. Busy, busy day. All right, y'all. Everybody, have a good night. Remain calm. Embrace your amazing. For you new people, go to the post section. I made it easy for you. Put some 7 or 8 videos up there with my thumbnail on them. I made them. Go watch them. I don't monetize. If you don't want to watch them, no skin off of my teeth. Love y'all.